My favorite rescue is this Pothos right here. It's been 2.5 years since I've had it in my home. I rescued it from a friend's house. It was waterlogged and fungus ridden, and now it is one of my favorite plants that I have in my home. Hey everyone, it's Asiyah. Welcome back to Asiyah's Plant Life. Today I'm going to give you an updated tour of my Pothos plants. Some are rescues, some are plants that I've bought from my local garden centers and nurseries, and I'm so excited to give you guys a tour of what's been going on with them, how they're growing and thriving in my home. So stay tuned. My favorite rescue is this Pothos right here. It's been 2.5 years since I've had it in my home. I rescued it from a friend's house. It was waterlogged and fungus ridden, and now it is one of my favorite plants that I have in my home. If you take a look at it, you'll see that it's finally starting to trail. And this is after about 2.5 years of nurturing and love and spritzing and just taking care of this plant so that it can grow and thrive and be its best. One of the things that I love about this plant is that you constantly see the new growth. This leaf right here has just grown in, and while it's brown at the tip, it is starting to change from its light greenish color into this deep green that we know and love about Pothos plants. This pot is probably, I want to say it's about 15 inches or 12 inches in diameter. This pot is ceramic, but it does not have any drainage holes. So what I've done is I've layered the bottom with rocks, topped that with soil, and then I went ahead and repotted the plant from the pot that it was transferred from. I water this plant about once every 6 to 8 days with lukewarm or baby bath water warm water, and spritz it every 3 to 4 days. And that's all I've done for this plant. I dust the leaves off, make sure that there's nothing on it, no bugs, no spider mites or mealybugs or anything of that nature. And I just make sure that this plant is in its best condition to grow and to thrive and to be the star that it is. This is the other portion, or one of the other portions of the larger plant that is over on the window side of the room right there. Say, hey babe, this is my boo, y'all. So she is helping me today with my Pothos care, and this one has been doing fairly well. It's in a pretty dark area of my home. Let me back up a bit so you guys here can see. It's on the interior wall of my home, and it's in between 2 windows, but there's no direct light on it. And that's one of the things that I love about Pothos, is that no matter what your lighting situation is, these plants will grow and they will thrive and they will do their best. Now, of course, with more light, they will grow faster and longer, but they will survive and even still thrive in a low light setting. Pothos love humidity, so when you have the opportunity to spritz your plants, you should. You should also make sure that the soil does not dry all the way. You want it to be a little bit moist at pretty much all times of the year. Now, it might take a little longer in your cooler months for the soil to dry out a bit, but you want to make sure that you are keeping the soil moist, because Pothos, because they're viney. Did I say viney? Yes, I did say viney. Did I mean viney?
I don't know.
I meant, yes, viney. I don't know why I was thinking veiny. Okay, bear with me, guys. Because they're viney plants, they tend to love moist settings. This is the third of 4 sections of that rescue plant. I'm just refilling the vase. Now this one, as you can see, I put in here to propagate, and it rooted in the water, and I've left it in the water. There's no soil in here. There are some rocks in the bottom of this vase here, but otherwise this is all just the roots and the vines of this Pothos. This one is also starting to, if I can show you here, it's also starting to trail right here by the fruit bowl. And when I put this in here about 2.5 years ago, it was just 3 3 leaves, that's it. And as you can see, in water, no soil, it has really started to bloom and grow and fill out nicely. Now, I believe that this is a golden pothos, but with most plants, in order to see the striations in the leaves and to see the differences in colors, they need to be near brighter light. So again, while pothos do really well in low light settings, you're not going to get those beautiful variations in the leaves that you would see with some of the pothos that are placed in brighter light settings. And that's Walnut. Say hey, Walnut. Okay, he doesn't want to be on camera today, guys. But okay, let me take you into the bathroom and I'm going to show you the 4th part of this propagated plant. This is the 4th portion of the propagated or rescue plant that was then propagated. This one, like the one in my kitchen, is also just rooted in water. The bottom of this has some blue marble that I grabbed from my local Dollar Tree, and I change this water out about once every 2 weeks. Give it fresh water. This one again is starting to trail and fill out. There was probably 2 leaves with roots, root and stem when I placed them in that this vase about 2.5 years ago, and since then it's really filling out nicely. My bathroom is a low light bathroom, so not many striations on that plant, but it is growing, thriving, and doing very, very well. Another one here. This was also part of the rescue. So you know what, guys, I gave you wrong information. I have 5 parts of that plant that was from the rescue. It was in a huge, probably 20-inch pot. And what I did was I just went in, I pulled out the each of the vines separately, separated the roots, and then I repotted them or placed them in water to propagate. And again, this one is starting to trail very, very nicely. It's not in a very brightly lit corner of my home. It's bright in here now because I've turned on a lot of light for this video, but this corner right here is usually fairly dark and it does very well. What I do find is that from time to time, I have to either clip leaves or completely take the leaf off because they do yellow quite often and brown on this particular plant quite often. But I love how pothos begin to trail. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do with them once we move into the new house. I think I mentioned to you guys previously that I was going to be moving. We're downsizing. We're in quite a big home now, just over 5,000 feet and on 4 acres, and it's more than I need at this point, so I'm going to be downsizing fairly soon. Now this is not part of the propagated plant. This here was picked up at Walmart earlier this year, and this is a golden pothos, and as you can see, this one is right by a window and it's getting some very good light, so you see more of the coloring, the variations in the leaf colors. This is yes, this is a golden pothos, but you know there are many varieties of pothos. You have golden, you have neon, you have jade, there's so many others, and I can't think of all of them right now off the top of my head, but there's so many variations and they're so beautiful. So if you guys don't have any pothos in your home, I suggest maybe you grab one. They're fairly inexpensive when you get them from your nursery or your garden centers. And like the one I showed in my front room, this was also picked up from my local Walmart. I believe I spent about $5 or $6 for this plant when I got it this summer. It was much smaller than this. I repotted it about 6 weeks ago into this 6-inch pot here, and it's just doing beautifully. This is again by a window. This is a north facing window, and to my surprise, even though this window does not get much light, you still see many of the striations and coloring in the leaves that you don't see in some of the other pothos that I have, which are even closer to windows or get more light, or brighter light I should say, than this particular one here. But this one is beautiful, fairly easy. I spritz all of my plants. This one gets spritzed about every 3 to 4 days, watered about every 6 to 8 days, and it does very, very well. All right, everyone, so that's it for today's updated tour of my Pothos houseplant collection. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have Pothos, please let me know in the comment section what type of Pothos you have. And if you haven't yet added one to your collection, also let me know which type you will be adding to your collection. These are the perfect plants for your home, whether it's bright light or low light. These can even fare well in a room with no natural light. You guys heard me, no natural light. Pothos is your plant. I'm going to be doing an updated tour of my snake plant collection. I'm excited about that one. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. If you love this video, please do me a favor and share, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure when you subscribe, you turn on your notification bell. And guys, I have something special for you. You guys have been sticking with me through the ups and downs of my life and through my divorce and just growing this channel. I've created a free 5-step guide to grow your houseplant collection easily and affordably. To get it, I'm going to link it down in the description box. Head on over to my website, Asiyah's Plant Life. Click on the download button and it's yours free. 5 easy steps that you can repeat over and over again to easily and affordably grow your houseplant collection no matter where you are in the US or where you are in the world. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to see you in my next video. Peace.